Marvel's Wolverine is not a 2023 game, The Last of Us is the second best debut for HBO since 2010, a Metal Gear showcase has been confirmed, Suicide Squad may include a Battle Pass, all that and more in today's PlayStation news. Let's get into them. Marvel's Wolverine is not a 2023 game. PlayStation has released a new trailer for all the upcoming games in 2023, including their own Spider-Man 2, Horizon Burning Shores, and Horizon Call of the Mountain for PSVR 2, plus big third-party ones such as Resident Evil 4, Final Fantasy XVI, Street Fighter 6, Assassin's Creed Mirage, and more. Absent from the trailer is Insomniac's second partnership with Marvel for a new Wolverine game, although they initially confirmed it for 2024. So why the misunderstanding, you may be asking yourself? Well, last year Microsoft listed Wolverine among the PlayStation exclusives that would release in 2023, while making the case for the Activision acquisition in front of the UK CMA. That led people to believe that it had a shot at launching this year, but the only confirmed Insomniac game is Spider-Man 2, set to release this fall. Did you expect Wolverine to release this year? Let us know in the comments. Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 is the best-selling game in the US. NPD has released the best-selling games for December and the whole of the past year, where Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 led the charge. The Activision FPS was followed by Pokémon, God of War Ragnarok, NFL 23, FIFA 23, Sonic Frontiers, Elden Ring, Need for Speed Unbound, Mario Kart 8, and Crisis Core Final Fantasy VII for the December sales ranking. As for the whole year, Call of Duty was also first, as we mentioned, but closely followed by Elden Ring, Madden NFL 23, God of War Ragnarok even though the game was released in November, LEGO Star Wars The Skywalker Saga, Pokémon Scarlet and Violet, FIFA 23, Pokémon Legend Arceus, Horizon Forbidden West, and MLB The Show 22. It was a great year for Sony games, with 3 titles making the top 10 in God of War Ragnarok, Horizon Forbidden West, and MLB The Show. In terms of hardware sales, Nintendo Switch sold the most units, while the PS5 led in total dollar sales, despite a 5% decline in the industry overall for 2022. December sales grew 2% compared to 2021, reaching $7.6 billion, with hardware being 16% and covering 1% and 2% declines in content and accessories respectively. What do you think about the best-selling ranking for December and 2022 overall? Share your opinion in the comments. The Last of Us is the second best debut for HBO since 2010. We have already talked about how The Last of Us TV show scored great from critics and viewers on Rotten Tomatoes, and also here in our community poll. I watched the first episode on Monday and loved it as well. But with the first episode of the series now out, how did it fare with viewers? According to Deadline, The Last of Us HBO first episode had a total of 4.7 million viewers on Sunday, which is a bit less than half what House of the Dragon broke in its debut, and the second best debut on HBO since Boardwalk Empire in 2010. That 4.7 million represents 20-40% of the total gross audience per episode, since most people will watch it after the premiere. Co-creators Craig Mazin and Neil Druckmann shared their excitement for the result in a comment saying, "Our focus was simply to make the best possible adaptation of this beloved story for as big an audience as we could. We are overjoyed to see how many fans, both old and new, have welcomed The Last of Us into their homes and their hearts." HBO's chairman and CEO Casey Bloys also joined them in thanking viewers and looks forward to fans around the world enjoying the rest of the season. So congrats to HBO and PlayStation Productions on this success, and here's hoping this brings more people to play the game and we get a second season. A Metal Gear showcase has been confirmed. Following the report on Monday that a Metal Gear Solid remake could be announced as soon as in the next 2 months, according to the Spanish website Area Jugones, now we have an apparent confirmation for a showcase. A fan on Twitter was asking about the Metal Gear Ryzen sequel given the game's 10th anniversary next month, to which voice actor Quinton Flynn, who voices Raiden in the games, replied saying to stay tuned for things to be announced in the coming weeks. There's a chance he could be trolling, which would be heartbreaking, but with recent leaks pointing to a reveal, this might be confirming recent rumors. It seems Konami may be readying a showcase similar to the Silent Hill one last year, or it could be part of a PlayStation State of Play, since another rumor indicated Sony could be sharing third-party announcements very soon. Do you believe these rumors about the Metal Gear Solid remake to be true? Sound off in the comments or vote in the poll on the community tab. Sticking with Konami for more news, Konami shares details about Silent Hill 2 remake. IGN Japan had an interview with producer Motoi Okamoto about the upcoming Silent Hill projects and details on Silent Hill 2. He explained the second game is being remade instead of the first one because they thought about the identity of the brand, coming to the conclusion that it's psychological horror, which most people link with the second game, and he wanted to start with a title that symbolizes that identity. Silent Hill 2 Remake is using performance capture to record body, voice and facial expressions at the same time, leading to a great amount of detailed emotional expression that wasn't possible in the original. James Sunderland, the game's protagonist, has been made older by a bit because the average age of people playing has risen now, and they wanted to depict a more mature character that had to suffer through more in his life. As for combat, Bluebird team has a lot of love for the original, so they are not just adding more enemies, but reworking the AI from the ground up and adding small design elements so that players can enjoy combat. Silent Hill 2 is one of many projects in development, but Konami is open to making more, with Okamoto saying there's only so much they can do themselves, which led to partnerships with other studios like Bluebird and No Code, but there were even more projects that never got off the ground. The series revival was also a secret until the showcase and they couldn't shout about it, but now they are open to looking through any pitches from creators around the world who love Silent Hill. I think it's great they ask for help from other developers to bring back the series, and hopefully they do the same with Metal Gear. What do you think? Share with us in the comments. Microsoft may receive European antitrust warning. Reuters is reporting that Microsoft might be about to receive an antitrust warning from the European regulator regarding the Activision purchase for $69 billion. The regulator is preparing a charge sheet that will list all their objections regarding this acquisition, and that's before their final verdict on April 11, but this warning could jeopardize the deal. Microsoft would need to revise this charge sheet in order to offer as many concessions as needed, which the regulator would review before the final decision. And as per a Microsoft spokesperson, we are continuing to work with the European Commission to address any marketplace concerns. Our goal is to bring more games to more people, and this deal will further that goal. What do you think about these new developments in the Microsoft Activision case? Let us know in the comments. Suicide Squad may include a Battle Pass. A screenshot from an early Suicide Squad build has leaked in the 4chan forums and has been verified as legit by a source from BGC. The image shows the menus for the upcoming Rocksteady game, including multiple currencies and a battle pass, which are often not a good omen in a story-focused game, even if it can be played co-op. This has also led to a debate on social media, with some fans very disappointed, including me. BGC also mentions their source indicates the battle pass will be focused on cosmetic items only, such as character skins, while the different currencies are split XP points to customize skill trees. Their source said you don't start off rebuffed and weak, you just start off great and can get ridiculous like Arkham Knight's Batman. I'm split over Suicide Squad. I would like to play it since Rocksteady does great games, but I would have preferred them to tackle another Batman story or another hero in a single player game, and this Battle Pass news doesn't help. Are you looking forward to Suicide Squad later this year? What do you make of this Battle Pass situation? Voice your opinion in the comments. A round of quickfire game news. If you wanted to check out The Last of Us Part 1 remake but were put off by the price when it released, or if you are hyped for the new TV series and have PlayStation Premium, there's a new trial on the store where you can play for 2 hours. You get to keep save data and trophies if you get the full version later. A reminder that the new PlayStation Plus games for Extra, Deluxe and Premium users are now out, including Back 4 Blood, Dragon Ball FighterZ, Devil May Cry 5, Life is Strange and Before the Storm, Jet the Far Shore, Just Cause 4, Omno and Erika. Plus classics in Siphon Filter 3, Star Wars Demolition and Hot Shots Golf 2. Square Enix is preparing the Forspoken launch on PS5 and is releasing an update to the game's demo to make it as enjoyable of an experience as possible after listening to player feedback. It will add button mapping and improve lock-on system, text size adjustments and fix technical issues. Hopefully it helps the game cause fans are still split on it. Black Myth: Wukong, the Unreal Engine 5 game based on the Journey to the West novel from the studio Game Science, has been pushed back from 2023 to a summer 2024 release. The developers launched a new short film with the announcement and to celebrate the Lunar New Year. Daybreak has revealed the 2023 roadmap for DC Universe Online, where they will release 3 expansions this year, with the first one being Episode 45 Choke to the System, and besides that they hinted a new gen version could happen as well. Developer Monkfish has shared the technical details of their upcoming Atomic Heart. While talking to a fan on Twitter, they said the game will run on current gen at solid 60 FPS, 4K in dungeons, and 4K dynamic resolution with 60 FPS in the open world. Atomic Heart launches on February 21st. A leaked artbook has revealed the length and side puzzles for Hogwarts Legacy. It indicates a normal playthrough of the game takes around 35 hours, and going for 100% takes double that time. The main quest may change depending on which house you are put in, and there are some Merlin puzzles that will require using specific skills to solve them. Hogwarts Legacy launches on PS5 this February 10. We know very little about the new Iron Man game from EA, developed by Motive, but according to a job listing for senior designer at the studio, it could be using Unreal Engine. It doesn't confirm it, but it's certainly interesting considering EA has prioritized their own Frostbite engine, and that brought them some trouble in the past. And those are the PlayStation stories for today. What are your thoughts on them? Share them in the comments below, let me know your feedback by liking or disliking this video, check out other videos you may enjoy while you're here, and consider subscribing for more on PlayStation. Thank you so much for watching, my name is Joseph, this is Hype for Games, and let's get hype!